Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Janessa and I am just like a lifestyle vlogger. I just talk about my life and my experiences and everything that's going on with it. If you are not new here, thank you so much for tuning in again. Thank you for your support and watching all my videos. Another thing I just want to say is thank you to everybody who does tune in, like, subscribe, watch, follow my journey. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. So today's video is going to be about my postpartum disorder that I have. Now this topic it's a bit of a sensitive one. I wasn't really sure if I was going to share it or not. I didn't really know if I wanted to share it or not with everybody out there on YouTube and possibly people I know that can find out that I don't really want to find out. But at the same time, I feel like it's very important to educate people. It's very important that it gets out there so people know that, you know, there are a lot of different types and that it's okay to admit that you are feeling a certain way because it's important to get the help that you need. Some people have severe cases and some don't. So I have postpartum psychosis and mine's a fairly mild type of postpartum psychosis. It can be very, very extreme. It can be mediocre. Mine is mild. Thank you, Jesus. Things that I didn't know were part of postpartum psychosis was not very hungry, not being able to sleep no matter what, like even when Bentley was sleeping, and fear. So those are three things that I didn't know were part of postpartum psychosis. I didn't know it was anything really, to be honest. I also cried a lot at the beginning, but that I'm told is actually pretty normal to cry quite a bit at the beginning for absolutely no reason. But that is part of a postpartum disorder, but not postpartum psychosis. So what started to get me concerned was I had fears, a lot of fears. So it was like anything I was gonna do. So driving, I could see us crashing into water and me not being able to see Bentley, and I could see the whole thing. It didn't, like, it's not like it was a dream. I was actually wide awake, you guys. Like, I was wide awake, imagining, fully seeing these things, playing these things out, not being able to save my child. Or it could be going downstairs. Now, I personally don't take Bentley down the stairs with me to grab food out of the freezer. If I go down there, I put him in a swing or tummy time or whatever. Usually not tummy time unless somebody else is here, but you know, I put him down and I go downstairs. But I have had quite a few incidents where I am going downstairs, Bentley is perfectly safe upstairs, or he's with somebody, and I can imagine going down the stairs with Bentley and tripping and falling and killing him. So things like that happened and were starting to happen. Then there was a thing of the nightmares. Now, I started with nightmares basically from day one after Bentley was born, where I was afraid someone was going to take him or I can't save him. And so the nightmares would always be either or, and someone was always trying to take him or I couldn't save him. There was nothing I could do to resuscitate him, nothing. So they were pretty scary. I'd always wake up with a fright. Then they kind of graduated to the nighttime feedings. Now, for a while before I realized that taking Bentley out of our room to feed him was actually making my life a lot harder and him falling back to sleep a lot harder, I would take him into his nursery and feed him in his room on the rocking chair and then take him back to his bassinet or our bed. But I would a lot of time be sitting in the rocking chair and a shadow would make me think someone was in the house. I would actually get so bad to think someone was in the house that I was hearing things and the hair on the back of my neck was standing up. Now, with all of these things I'm talking about, I never physically seen anybody or anything. It was just my imagination would kind of take over. So a lot of times, yeah, I would think somebody was in the house, or I would feel like somebody was standing behind me or around me or like in the presence of me. and it really, really started to freak me out. But what made me start thinking something was bad was I used to watch horror films before I got pregnant. Terrible, terrible, terrible thing to do. But the movie The Nun, if you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, don't do it if you're planning on having children. Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you're fine. But for me, it was a terrible idea. The thing is, I started to see her a lot in dreams, and at night with shadows would make me think of her trying to take my child. I also had incidents where my imagination would take over so much that I would literally think she was right there. And it was really, really scary. All these things happened at night. They took play at night. They were active at night and nighttime only. So it started to be where it was getting so bad I literally wasn't sleeping at all. I was petrified. I would sit up at night lots because I was so scared. I started to admit these things to Bryce. I started to tell him what was going on because it was getting bad. And so we started working on things together without me seeking out medical help. We started with, at night, Bryce would be like, okay, I'm locking the front door. I'm double checking the back door is locked. I'm arming the house. That started to make me feel better. Then we started with, I would wake him up anytime I thought somebody was in the house or I felt like somebody was around me, and he'd be like, it's not real. So then I started to get stronger where I'd be like, it's not real. It's not real. You're just imagining. Tell your imagination to shut up. Bad dreams. Sometimes I would wake Bryce up or he would wake up after I woke up, and he would just comfort me. So we started figuring out ways to make it better so it wasn't so terrifying for me. What really got me to know that the type of postpartum I had was I went to a lactation consultant actually, and thought that we were having issues, but it wasn't that. And I have a whole other video on what it was for you guys. And that's a very educational video. So definitely check that one out. She ended up asking me a few questions, doing some screening, and had somebody come in, and this lady asked me more questions, and I broke down in tears and started telling them about all of the things that was happening and how my imagination definitely took hold during the day for some things. And she was like, you definitely have a postpartum psychosis. It can be very severe, but it sounds like yours is mild. And once she confirmed that that's what I had, and Bryce and I did the research, we were like, yep, those are all the symptoms that I'm having. Like, this is definitely a real thing. We went further into trying to make things easier. And when I say we, I mean Bryce. Bryce is, oh my gosh. If you don't understand how much I love the guy or appreciate him, like, you have no idea. He's so amazing. He went into full swing on trying to make things better for me with night lights and, with doors open or doors closed, anything like that. Leaving the house lights on all night, whatever I needed to make it easier for me, Bryce did. And so he's definitely been my number one helper, my number one supporter throughout this postpartum. Bentley is 7 weeks old, and things have gotten a lot easier to the point where all I need is a nightlight in the bedroom, and we leave one of the hallway lights on at night, and I am okay. The nightmares have subsided. The thoughts of, basically seeing every hazard and the way it could play out, that's still a thing I have, but it's not as bad to the point where I'm petrified. I still have sometimes at night where I feel like, a shadow is something, or I feel like someone's there, but I'm getting to the point where I can shake it a lot easier now. I've shared it with friends, and I've shared it with my doctor, and so it's out there now. I definitely feel like, for me personally, being able to talk about it and telling Bryce every single time I'm having a certain feeling or issue or whatever it is has definitely helped and improved things for me. So I just wanted to share with you guys what I have. and how it's going. It's definitely getting better. It's getting easier for sure. So something just to keep in mind. And if you are having any of these signs or symptoms or anything, to not take it lightly. Make sure you tell your significant other or your healthcare professional for sure, because it can get worse. So make sure you're sharing these things. So I just wanted to share them. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below or message me privately. I am not sharing this to get sympathy or to have anybody, be rude. If you're going to be rude, don't leave a comment. Don't watch my video, because it's a sensitive subject that I'm sharing. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up / like button, which gives my channel and my video the big support that it needs, as well as hitting the subscribe button. I upload a new video once a week, as well as subscribe and make sure that you never miss a new video. So thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you next time.